Hi guys, today we are going to discuss a book which is actually a memoir, I guess. It's called Cry Like a Man by Jason Wilson, Fighting for Freedom from Emotional Incarceration. This book was very short actually. It was hardly 223 pages long, which is nothing compared to the fact that I've read a lot of fat books. Anyways, it's by an African American man called Jason Wilson, who lives in the United States of America, and it's about his life and how he lives and what he does. Okay, this novel was horribly written. It had no message at all, and there was nothing in it. I mean, it was such a horrible book. It's one of the worst books I've ever read. It was a torture reading it. Actually, I'm sorry to say. Okay, it's basically about a man called Jason Wilson, whose grandfather's lynching was in the deep south, and his two elder brothers were murdered under mysterious circumstances. And his father was very absent and did not spend much time at home, and he was very abusive and violent towards him and towards his mother. What happens next is that his mother becomes depressed and turns to depression and has anxiety and has to go through a lot of sufferings. So the childhood of this guy Jason Wilson was just terrible. He had to suffer a lot as a child and everything. That's what the book revolves around. It revolves around this guy called Jason Wilson. Anyways, so what happens next is that he is basically a Christian. He wants to follow Jesus and read the Holy Bible, and because he has to suffer all the things he goes through, he reaches out to God and asks him for help. Yeah, that's what happens in this book. He calls for God to help him. Yeah. And in the beginning and end of the book, it's written "Cry like a man." How to cry like a man. What happens next is that he wants to have children, so he has children after he gets married. He wants to have a son, which eventually he does get to have, and then yeah, that's what happens in the book. He has children. He gets married. He devotes his life to Jesus and to God, and yeah, that's what happens in it. It was a total disaster reading it, and I can't believe people like it so much. I mean, it was just horrible book this was. My goodness, I don't know what to say though. Okay, bye guys.